Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Everyday English Chat. I'm your host, Daniel, and today, we're talking about something we all experience every day, whether we like it or not. Yep, you guessed it, the weather. And to make this episode extra fun, I've invited a very special guest, the weather enthusiast herself, Fia.
Hi, Daniel. Thanks for having me. I have to say, talking about the weather is kind of my thing. I love it, sometimes more than I love chocolate.
Well, that's saying a lot. Chocolate is basically life. But I'm curious, what got you so into weather?
Honestly, I think it started when I was a kid. My family used to watch the daily weather forecast together. I got hooked on learning the patterns, the clouds, and even storm warnings. And then I started noticing how the weather affects everything, our mood, plans, even conversations.
That's true. People love to talk about weather as a kind of safe conversation starter. And today, we're not just chatting. We're also going to help everyone listening practice English in a fun way.
Exactly, because honestly, talking about the weather is one of the easiest ways to start speaking English naturally.
All right, so let's start simple. Fia, what's your favorite type of weather and why?
Oh, that's an easy one. I love sunny days. Not too hot, just perfectly sunny. It makes me feel alive. I can go for a walk, grab some ice cream, maybe take a book to the park. You know that perfect balance of warmth and light? That's my kind of day.
I love that. So you're a sunny day person. Me, I'm kind of addicted to the rain. Something about the sound of rain, it's peaceful, makes me think.
Totally. And rainy days are also great for staying in and catching up on movies or reading. You can even say they're productive, cozy days.
Productive, cozy days. I love that term. Okay, let's talk about vocabulary. How would you describe sunny weather to someone learning English?
Well, you can say it's a bright, sunny day or the sun is shining. You can also talk about temperature. It's warm, it's hot, or even it's a bit chilly for a sunny day.
Chilly, sunny day. I know that feeling. You're walking in the sun, but the breeze is kind of cold. Very British in my experience.
Oh, yes. Or early spring days. The sun is bright, but the wind is sharp. That's when you'd say it's sunny but chilly.
Perfect. Okay, let's try this as a quick mini practice for our listeners. Repeat after me. It's sunny today and the sky is clear.
It's sunny today, and the sky is clear.
Great. Now, how about this one? I love walking outside when it's warm and sunny.
I love walking outside when it's warm and sunny.
Awesome. See, talking about the weather is simple, and it's a great way to start conversations, especially if you're practicing English.
Exactly. And once you get the hang of basic words, you can start adding expressions like, it's raining cats and dogs, or the weather is unpredictable today.
Yes, and listeners, don't worry, it doesn't mean actual cats and dogs are falling from the sky. These are just fun English expressions.
Right. And they make your English sound more natural, like a native speaker.
Okay, so let's get a little fun. Imagine a day when everything in the weather goes wrong. What would you call that, Fia?
I'd say it's a crazy weather day, or it's stormy, windy, and raining at the same time. Kind of like nature is throwing a tantrum.
Perfect description. And that's actually great for learners. You can mix adjectives and practice using them together.
Exactly. Like, it's cold, windy, and rainy today. I need my umbrella and a warm coat.
Perfect. Let's take a moment to talk about seasons because weather is really tied to them. Fia, do you have a favorite season?
Oh, definitely autumn. I love the colors of the leaves, the crisp air, and the smell of rain and earth. It feels cozy, but also refreshing.
Autumn is amazing. I'm a summer guy myself. Sun, beaches, ice cream. What more could you want?
That's true. Summer makes people happy, but summer can also get really hot. which is where phrases like "it's sweltering today" come in.
Sweltering. Oh, yes. That word perfectly describes those days when the heat feels like it's hugging you a little too tightly.
Exactly. And for cold days, we have words like freezing, chilly, bitterly cold.
Bitterly cold. Yes, that's my winter nightmare. Okay, quick tip for listeners. Adjectives make your weather conversations much more interesting than just hot or cold.
Absolutely. And you can mix them with adverbs, like it's incredibly hot today, it's slightly cloudy, it's surprisingly windy.
Nice. That makes your English sound richer. All right, let's make this more interactive. Fia, I want to play a little game with you. I'll describe a weather scenario, and you tell me what you'd say about it in English.
Sounds fun.
Scenario 1. You wake up and there's thick fog outside. What do you say?
It's very foggy this morning. I can barely see the street.
Perfect. And maybe you could add, I should drive carefully today. Good practical language.
Yes, and maybe the fog makes everything look mysterious. I love that expression.
Nice one. Scenario 2. It's hot, sunny, but there's also a strong wind. What do you say?
I'd say it's sunny and warm, but the wind is really strong today. I need to hold on to my hat.
Classic. And listeners, these little situations help you learn English that's actually useful in real life.
Exactly. And adding humor makes it even easier to remember.
All right, let's move on to something fun, weather idioms. Fia, do you have a favorite idiom about weather?
Oh, yes. I love under the weather, which means you're feeling sick.
Ah, yes, a classic. And it confuses beginners sometimes. They think you're talking about the sky.
Right. And there's every cloud has a silver lining, which means even bad situations can have a positive side.
Beautiful. I like that one. It's hopeful.
And there's to break the ice, which comes from when rivers freeze and you break the ice to let ships pass. It means starting a conversation.
We're going deeper. Funny weather stories, unusual experiences, and more seasonal chatter.
Yes, I can't wait. I actually have a couple of stories that make me laugh every time I think about them.
Ooh, I love a good story. You go first.
All right, so one winter, I decided to go ice skating outdoors. It was one of those freezing sunny days. Everything looked magical, the sun reflecting on the ice. But as soon as I stepped onto the rink, I slipped, of course.
Oh no, classic.
Yes, and I didn't just slip once. I somehow ended up sliding across the rink on my bottom like a penguin parade. And to make it worse, a little kid next to me laughed so hard, I think his cheeks turned red.
That's amazing. And listeners, here's a great English tip. Fia used descriptive words, freezing, sunny, magical, and even added humor. That's perfect for storytelling in English.
Exactly. And you can also practice action verbs: slip, slide, tumble, laugh. They make stories more vivid.
All right, my turn. One summer, I went to a music festival outdoors. The weather forecast said sunny, but then, out of nowhere, a sudden thunderstorm hit. People were running everywhere, umbrellas flying, tents collapsing. I got soaked from head to toe.
Oh no, that sounds chaotic.
It was, but here's the fun part. I ended up dancing in the rain with strangers, and it turned into this hilarious, unforgettable experience. We were all wet, muddy, but laughing so hard.
That's amazing. And see, that's also a great way to practice English, telling real experiences with emotion. Soaked, chaotic, laughing so hard. It really brings your story to life.
Exactly. Okay, let's make this interactive. Listeners, think about a time the weather surprised you, funny or extreme, and try to describe it using some of the words we mentioned.
Yes, for example, it was sunny, then suddenly it poured. I got soaked and laughed so much. Short, simple sentences, perfect for practice.
All right, let's move into seasonal experiences because weather isn't just about today. It's about the whole year. Fia, which season gives you the most interesting weather experiences?
I'd say spring. It's unpredictable. One moment it's sunny and warm, the next it's raining and cold. You need layers, umbrellas, and sunglasses, all in one day.
That sounds like a challenge for fashion and language. You can describe it as unpredictable weather. That's a great phrase.
Yes, and you can also say the weather keeps changing, or it's sunny in the morning, rainy in the afternoon, and windy by evening. Great practice for sequencing words in English.
Exactly. And what about autumn? I know you love it. Any funny or memorable experiences?
Oh, yes. One autumn, I went for a walk in the park. The leaves were beautiful. Orange, red, yellow, everywhere. But then a gust of wind blew all the leaves into my face. I looked like I was in a leaf tornado.
That's hilarious. And listeners, that's another tip. Using vivid verbs like blue, tornado, swirl makes your story more engaging.
Yes, and don't forget adjectives like colorful leaves, crisp wind, autumn breeze. They make your sentences richer.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about extreme weather events. Storms, snowstorms, heat waves. These are also great for learning English because you get more descriptive vocabulary.
Exactly. For example, stormy for strong winds and rain, blizzard for heavy snow, heat wave for very hot weather.
Right, and you can describe the effect on your day, like the storm forced me to stay indoors, or the blizzard made the roads impossible to drive.
And don't forget expressions for survival, like I had to bundle up, I stayed cozy by the fireplace, I got drenched in the rain.
Perfect. Okay, let's play a little mini scenario game again. I'll describe an extreme weather and you tell me what you'd say. Ready?
Ready.
Scenario 1. A sudden snowstorm hits your city and you're stuck at home.
It's snowing heavily outside. I'm stuck at home, but I made hot chocolate and I'm enjoying the view.
Perfect. And see, you included descriptive words, actions, and emotions. Very complete.
Exactly. And for listeners, always try to describe not just the weather, but also your reaction. That makes sentences more meaningful.
Scenario 2. A heat wave hits and it's sweltering outside.
Oh my, it's incredibly hot today. I can barely go outside. I'm staying hydrated and using a fan.
Awesome. And notice how she used incredibly hot instead of just hot. Little tweaks like that improve your English.
Yes, and you can add expressions like, I feel like I'm melting, or it's unbearably hot. Fun and natural.
All right, let's talk about weather and mood because weather really does affect how we feel. Fia, do you notice that?
Oh yes, on sunny days, I feel cheerful, energetic, and motivated. On rainy days, sometimes I feel sleepy or reflective. And during storms, a little anxious, but also excited.
Exactly. You can describe this in English too. The weather makes me feel happy, sad, excited, anxious. Very simple and very effective.
And for English learners, combining emotions with weather adjectives is great practice. For example, the rainy weather makes me feel calm, or the windy weather is a bit scary.
Perfect. And you can also talk about preferences, like I prefer sunny weather because it lifts my mood, or I don't like foggy days because they make me sleepy.
Yes, and you can even compare, like, I like summer more than winter, or autumn is more relaxing than spring.
We're exploring weather around the world, some unusual weather phenomena, and useful English phrases for travel.
Yes, I'm super excited. I love learning about different climates and how people adapt to them.
Exactly. So, let's start with something simple. Global differences. Thea, can you give us an example of a country with extreme weather?
Sure. Take Australia, for example. In summer, it can be scorching hot in some cities, while other areas experience tropical cyclones. And in winter, the southern parts can be quite chilly. So if you're talking to someone from Australia, you might hear phrases like, "It's boiling today," or "We're expecting a cyclone."
Boiling. That's a fun word for hot weather. And a cyclone, wow, that's extreme. In English, you can say, a cyclone is approaching, so people are preparing. Very practical vocabulary.
Yes, and then there's Iceland. The weather there is very unpredictable. You can experience sunshine, rain, snow, and wind all in one day. Locals even say, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. It will change.
That's classic. And it's a good expression for learners. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Very natural.
Exactly. And Japan is interesting too. They have typhoon season in summer and early autumn. Typhoons bring heavy rain and strong winds. English learners can describe it as a typhoon is coming. We need to stay indoors and be careful.
Perfect. And you can also add more descriptive words like heavy rain, strong winds, flooding, storm surge, all very useful in real-life conversation.
Right. And then there are unusual weather phenomena. For example, a dust storm in desert regions or hailstorms in spring.
Hailstorms are fun to say. Hail sounds so tiny, but it can actually be quite dangerous.
Yes. And you can describe your experience. I was caught in a hailstorm yesterday. The ice was hitting the ground so hard, I had to run for cover.
That's great storytelling in English.
Exactly. And here's a fun one. Ball lightning. It's very rare, but it happens during thunderstorms.
Oh, yes. You can describe it like this. During the thunderstorm, a ball of lightning appeared. It was glowing and floating for a few seconds. It was amazing and scary at the same time.
Wow, that's intense. And listeners, notice how Fia uses adjectives and adverbs like glowing, floating, amazing, scary to bring the scene to life.
Yes, and another interesting phenomenon is the fog bow. It's like a rainbow, but in fog. Super rare and beautiful. You can say, I saw a fog bow this morning. It was so faint, but magical.
I love that. And here's a tip for English learners. Always describe what you see, feel, and hear. It makes your sentences richer. For example, I felt cold, the wind was strong, and I could hear the rain hitting the roof.
Let's start with idioms. Fia, what's one of your favorites?
Oh, save for a rainy day. It means putting something aside for the future, usually money. For example, I'm saving some money for a rainy day, just in case.
Perfect. And people often confuse it with literal rain, but it's actually about planning ahead.
Exactly. Another one I love is to weather the storm. It means to get through a difficult situation. You could say, we had a rough week at work, but we managed to weather the storm.
That's a very useful one. And listeners, notice how it's a metaphor using weather to describe life situations.
Yes, and there's steal someone's thunder, which doesn't involve weather at all, but comes from the old theater where they use thunder effects. It means taking attention away from someone. She stole my thunder when she announced her promotion first.
I love that. Okay, let's talk phrasal verbs related to weather. Fia, give us some examples.
Sure. Cloud over means the sky becomes cloudy, like the sky clouded over, so we stayed indoors. Another is clear up, which means the weather improves, like the rain cleared up in the afternoon.
Great. And blow over is another one, like when a minor problem passes without consequences. The argument blew over after a few hours.
Yes, and it's a perfect example of how weather phrases can be used in life situations too.
All right, now let's talk about funny mistakes learners make. I've heard people say, it's raining cats, instead of raining cats and dogs. Small mistakes, but hilarious.
Yes, and sometimes people say, I'm under the weather today, but forget it means I feel sick, not I'm standing outside.
Exactly. Another one, I'm freezing hot, instead of I'm freezing or I'm really hot. Mixing extremes, always funny.
And it's okay, we all make mistakes. The key is to learn and laugh at them. Humor helps English stick in your brain.
Absolutely. Now, let's do an interactive exercise for our listeners. We'll describe a weather scenario, and you repeat or respond using idioms or phrasal verbs. Ready, Fia?
Ready?
Scenario 1. It's raining heavily, but you forgot your umbrella.
I got soaked in the rain, but I'll weather the storm and keep walking.
Perfect. Scenario 2. The sun comes out after a week of rain.
The weather cleared up and finally the sun is shining.
Great! Scenario 3. You planned a picnic, but a sudden wind ruined it.
Oh no! The wind blew over our picnic, but it's okay. We'll save it for a rainy day next weekend.
Perfect examples. Listeners, notice how Fia combined idioms, phrasal verbs, and descriptive words. That's how you sound natural. All right, before we wrap up, let's do one last funny exercise, making up crazy weather stories. I'll start.
Then a rainbow appeared with colors I've never seen, and I weathered the storm with my umbrella as a sword.
Exactly! That's how creativity and English practice mix perfectly.
Yes, and don't worry if it sounds silly. Silly is fun and helps you remember words.
All right, listeners, that's a wrap for part 4. We covered advanced idioms, phrasal verbs, funny mistakes, interactive exercises, and storytelling tips.
Yes, and remember, keep observing, describing, and talking about the weather every day. It's an easy and fun way to improve English.
Thanks for joining us, Fia, and thank you to all our listeners. Keep practicing, keep laughing, and keep talking about the weather. And we will see you guys with another exciting and fun-loving episode. Until then, goodbye.